As my bow of respect and a reminder of our mission, why we do these videos, my bow of respect to you. So, and it's also a nice little kind of formal or informal Buddhist tradition in starting and ending something. So at the end, we can bow together if you would like to join me. So this will be a short video. I used to do a ton of these videos. Now I'm doing mostly on Facebook Live. Then we put them on YouTube. But I just wanted to do a very straightforward, short, classic, impromptu video. So recently, after years and years and years, let me tell you a little story. I was taking a first real vacation, and I went to Trancones, Mexico. This little town. It's getting kind of developed, but it's still quite beautiful. And I was excited to take a little kind of working vacation. So I went down there. I grabbed a surfboard, went to surf with a bunch of friends, and jumped in the water. And before I knew it, I had surfed the wrong direction, straight into the seafloor, smacked my face into the seafloor, got a bloody nose. And then the wave I nearly was on, I was coming into shore, a great wave came and I jumped on it, but I jumped right before it, and that wave flipped my body, kind of like a omelet, over my face. So my head basically snapped all the way back to my spine. I stood up in the water after that happened. Surfboard was clanging around. And I said, am I paralyzed? Did my whole life just change? Am I fine, or somewhere in between? And my neck and my shoulder and my arm were all half numb. And the point of this was, in a very kind of cosmic joke Buddhist way, I finally got my little break, and boom, the ocean had a message for me, like, slow down, be respectful. I'm not saying it's some big profound thing. It's also me just being a clumsy, happy idiot. But in any case, I've now spent the last 9 weeks dealing with being sort of half paralyzed in my arm. I can't raise it. This is me raising my arm. I can't even really get my arm in view. So this is me. I'm resting on a couch cushion here. I can't get my arm up. So I'm going to PT, physical therapy, doing all kinds of things. And the point of that is that I'm not getting a whole lot of positive feedback here, right? I'm working really hard at kind of saving my body so I don't need cervical neck surgery. And I'm just doing my thing, and I'm neither optimistic. I am kind of optimistic, but I'm not consumed by hope and positivity, suppressing fear, clinging to happy notions. I realize that surgery, taking a whole spinal thing out, vertebrae, putting a new one in, and then fusing it, could be necessary. Obviously, I would prefer to heal. So I'm working really hard at healing, and I'm not consumed with hope in the future or fear of the future. So in Buddhism, we call hope and fear two sides of the same coin. I'm just basically present. I'm also planning for eventualities that I need to. And then I can rest in a pretty relaxed state of mind. I feel pretty good about all of this, even though it's really challenging. And I'm just working at it. I'm doing my thing. And for me, that's a message, hopefully, for all of you, all of us, because I'm not obviously superior in any way. If anything, I'm wildly inferior to most of you. But the Buddhist teachings that I grew up in have reminded me that we don't need to get caught up in hope. We don't need to get caught up in fear. We can just do everything we can, and kind of just like a craftsman or a craftswoman, we can do our thing, carving something beautiful or creating art. We can simply kind of keep our head down, but also keep our head up, our heart open, strong back, and we can do our work. I hope that makes some sense. I think a lot of us, like, one of my favorite movies business-wise is Bad News Bears, and a lot of us get caught up in everything needs to be successful or brilliant. And when they things don't go well, we get depressed, we get down on ourselves, we get hard on ourselves. But we can actually just do all the little things, show up, practice, do the work. It's kind of like in baseball, you know, you catch 1,000 grounders. There was this story about Joe DiMaggio and how graceful he was. And it turned out he was so graceful because even though he was this huge star, he would show up before anyone else and field 1,000 grounders before the game started. So you work at it. You just do your best day after day. And then good things happen. So even when things are down, remember this. Remember that you can just apply yourself. Do your good work. Be kind to other people. Meditate for a couple minutes in the morning, couple minutes in the evening. Be kind to yourself when you mess up. Instead of taking out your anger or frustration on others, realize that that's your anger and frustration. They might have done something wrong, but it's not going to be helpful to be a jerk. It's kind of like that bumper sticker, mean people suck. So just apply yourself to your life. Eat good food. Really appreciate it instead of, you know, multitasking while you eat. And just apply yourself. Do all those healthy things Elephant Journal is talking about all the time. I have a blog, if you feel like reading it, called Ways to Work with Everyday Depression. We can put that in the links. I'm not talking about clinical depression, just the sadness and hard times that meant all of us can go through. And instead of solidifying that, we can be kind to ourselves. The world really needs kindness, obviously. But a lot of us will talk about kindness and then in our daily lives, we obviously mess up. We're full of hatred or speediness. I can't tell you how many people I see not being present, you know, giving eye contact to their barista or their waiter. So just try and, instead of filling the space all the time, just try and be present. I guess that's pretty typical elephant advice, but I hope it's at all helpful. I think just keeping your head down, but at the same time, keeping your mission, your gaze up to the sun, and at the, you know, the notion of your vision and mission in everyday life, connecting with your daily practice. All right. Well, I hope that's been at all helpful. You can let me know in comments, and I can try and do a shorter one next time. Thank you so much. A little bow of respect.